So, I'm just trying to come out with some kind of outlook for the next week on some of the currencies I'm interesting. First thing we will start, have a look at the heat map. So let's go to oanda.com and find out their heat map and see what they are telling for the week ahead. Now, this heat map is for the last week, and based on this heat map, we can see that Australian and New Zealand dollar were very weak, where the US dollar and Great British and the British pound were very strong. So if the situation continues like that, do I want to trade USD and New Zealand dollar, Australian and US dollar, Australian and Canadian, or Australian and Great British pound? So let's heads up to the forexfactory.com and see what's the news about those currencies for the week ahead. The currencies we are interested: AUD, US dollar, New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, euro, and British pound. First thing I want to set up is my time frame to the local, which means that's Sydney time. Daylight saving is on. Save setting. Now if I go back to the main page, I should see that time is reflecting what I got in Australia right now. First, let's filter the currencies we want to see. Australian dollar, British pound, Japanese yen, New Zealand, USD, and euro. The type of the news we are looking: only high impact or medium impact. The time frame we are looking, the week we are looking is from 19th until 23rd of December. And here we got the news. So the Monday morning, the first thing we will hear is about New Zealand dollar, ANZ Bank business confidence report. Same day we will see German IFO business climate, and we can see that on Tuesday and on Wednesday we got lots of news coming from Australian dollar and Japanese yen. The one of the very important one need to monitor is Bank of Japan's policy rate. What does it mean? That if I want to enter any trade Monday, when the Japanese market open or the Tokyo markets opens, then I need to make sure I close that position on Wednesday, because there are three different reports coming from Japan: policy rate, monetary policy statement, and the press conference from the BOG. So definitely I don't want to trade around that time. On Thursday, we got some important news coming from US. One is crude oil inventories, and another one is existing home sales. The home sales is a little bit important because if the home sales increase, that is a good for the currency. It means that the economic activities are increasing in US, and that will bring money into the US. Friday, we can see that British pound and the US, they are in play. unemployment claim rate on early in the morning, and the current account is a bit late on that way. So this the unemployment claim which coming on Friday 12:30 a.m. looks like they basically late in the Friday, but we will getting it early because of the Australian time. Australia is 13 hours ahead of the US. So these are the news, and now let's start looking at the charts. So the first chart I'm looking is USD and Euro USD. So Euro USD, what I can see here right now, this is the daily chart, and the daily charts mean that's if any position which I'm talking here, they are for the long-term position, they are not the short-term position. I can see that overall market is still in the downtrend. It means that US dollar is getting strength. On yesterday, day of the close, on Friday, it was euro, which was a little bit pulling back. So I believe that the strength in the current euro is only the pullback, and it will continue to go down. So my entry position, if I if you allow me to use the Fibonacci, then you can see that I'm expecting the prices to actually retrace either around here 38 point, or I think it will retrace around here 23 points. So the minute the price actually goes up around this mark and is retraced, I'm actually start buying US dollar and selling US. How long it will take? It probably will take about 1 or 2 days to reach at this level. So my entry is, so this is my entry. If I can bring down my entry level around that mark. So this is where I'm expecting prices will pull back. Maybe Monday or Tuesday. This is what we will see. We can also see on Monday that prices may actually start with a little bit gap, but if it continues downwards, then we can actually play some short term game in like on hourly chart or 30 minutes chart, but I would not play any long term game up here. So the entry point will be on 1.06425, and my sell off will be around 1.35, 1.035, or a bit further down. But it's definitely a very, very long short term trend or the downtrend, as you can see. So if you allow me to put that's a 3 2 1. Okay, now let's check British pound and USD. British pound and USD, my bias is right now is on the sideways market. So if I remove all those Fibonacci's, delete, and object, horizontal line, delete, and Fibonacci numbers, delete. So what I can see here in this market is the resistance and the support. The playground for this kind of market, when you see your prices is moving in a large range, there's another support up here. I can see this is another support, right? So I can see the price is actually ranging between this support and this support more than this one. So that's maybe not valid. So here all I need to do, I need to just make sure whatever is my stochastic says, and if my stochastic says like overbought or oversold condition, then I will simply follow those. And I will also make sure that I can see. I will also make sure that I will see any candlestick patterns which can tell me something a little bit different. Otherwise, for example, buy signal or sell signal. So the entry will be when stochastic is touching going down below 20 and come back and cross over 20. I will check for my entry signal in this area, and if I can find any reversal bar, then that's my entry for the long-term trade. USD and JPY. USD and JPY, I believe that's still in a long-term trend, and this is a pullback here. So maybe 1 bar or 2 bar more, and then it will continue. So this will be very good entry for Monday morning or Monday afternoon during American time or New York session. So if the price is pulling back and then it's reversing, then on next cycle I will actually buy this one. So your USDJPY is very strong candidate for the next week trade. So I'm expecting prices to actually move back somewhere around here. This one, or maybe we can try to use Fibonacci number C. Probably not. So this two, the price is moving too high for a Fibonacci to work. Yeah, so you can see it's telling me that could be here or here. This is my expectation that it will actually go down and then come back. So that's where we will look at for these tomorrow for the next week. So I think your USDJPY is very strong candidate for an uptrend, and people should not miss out on that. The only thing you need to consider that if you are doing intraday trading, then watch out for high volatility between counter trend and the trend basic trading. Right, so the one after that's what we got. Okay, I'm missing some candles, some sets here. So forex. Oh, okay. Let me see. Sure. So the next one I'm looking is Australian JUP, Australian JPY. That's also the same story. So the Australian dollar is stronger. Currently, it's in a pullback. Once it's in a pullback, then bingo, you can go and you can go into the market, and I believe that's your pullback will be around that part. That's level. So wait for the prices to move down, and on the next cycle when it's turning up, you can simply buy AUDJPY on the daily time frame. Again, if you want to play the intraday, then make sure that you are aware of the high volatility in a market. The best time to play to put your trade on AUDJPY is around 11 o'clock Australian time in the morning. This will be the time when Japanese market would have a little bit cooled down, and all those people who actually have their order for the morning, they would have filled in, the market would have settled down. So around 11 o'clock Australian time, this is the currencies pair to watch.